Hello everybody, it's Jake, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to flash your micro SD card to replace in your Rak Miner. And like Rak says, this procedure should only be used for the minted Rak V1.5 or V2 hotspots shipped 2021 and onwards. So recently people have been having problems with their Rak miners going offline when they get sent OTA updates, and this has been a problem because there's a lot of updates, and just recently mine went offline, so I came across this article and decided to go ahead and do the update. So the first thing you need to do is get your hands on an SD card. That's the most important thing. You have to they're recommending that you go with a SanDisk or Samsung, and they're saying that you should be using high endurance cards, which is decently important because it helps with the lifespan of the card itself. So here, let's just go ahead and show you this. So this is the one I purchased right here. I actually went ahead and just bought the 128 gig. I know they recommended the 64 gig, um, but in my mind, you know, it's a $7, $8 difference. And I know I probably won't ever have to, if I just went with the 64, I probably would have never had to replace it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And the convenience of not having to go back for a considerable amount of time is worth that extra $7 to me. So I went ahead and purchased three of them for all three of my Rak miners. And then once you get them, the next part is to download any kind of flashing tool. I went with the one they recommended here, Belina. And so then you go ahead and you open that up, and you're going to need um, any sort of USB to micro SD or USB to SD card converter so you can plug it in your computer and you'll be able to flash it. So basically what you're going to do is you will download this file here, which gets you this, and then you'll have this file as well. So the way you need to do this is when you download this, you want to extract all, and then you should end up with this, like here. So flash from file, and you're going to go ahead and go here and click this, and then you will do open. So click that, open. Now you have it in there. You're ready to select your target. Your USB will show up here. If it doesn't, just plug it in, plug it back in. It should show up. And then you're going to go ahead and flash it. And then it'll tell you if it was successful or not, but also watch for a notification from Windows. And then afterwards, you're cool to pull it out because once it's flashed, it will no longer be recognized as USB, and you can pull that out and you should be good to go. So now you have your flashed SD card. You're ready to go ahead and put that into your miner. So the first step is you need to make sure that you power off your miner. You don't want to pull out the SD card while it's online. That would be bad. Second of all, I had a little trouble with this because I was trying to be very careful, and the tape that was protecting the micro SD was on there pretty good, so I felt weird pulling it off. But just so you're positive and you can do it with confidence, right where the antenna plugs into your coaxial cable, there's this little piece right here, and it's on there really good and it's really sturdy. So I would use like a knife or your fingernails. It can hurt though, it's really sturdy. It was weird. I was expecting like a sticker just peeling off, but it's pretty thick. So you'll peel that off, and then it'll reveal the SD card slot. They recommend that you use tweezers. I would definitely recommend that because I would not have been able to do it without it. So you just pull the tweezers and be very careful not to hurt the card. You want to have that as a backup if this doesn't go correctly for whatever reason. And then you'll take the new SD card and you'll put that in the same way that you took the other one out. So make sure when you pull the other one out, you see how it was put in and match that with the new one. So don't move it around, don't do anything like that. Just pull it out, keep it the way it came out, and match your new card to that way. It's brand faced side down, and push that back in. And then you want to go ahead and turn on the miner and do yourself a favor and don't look at it for 30 minutes. Go do something else and then come back and run a diagnostics. Because when I first did this, as soon as I put it in, powered it up, I waited like 2 minutes and I ran the diagnoser, and it gave me an error and it scared me, and I got, I pulled the old SD card out, put the new one back in, and made sure that I did everything right. And I did. I just need to give it time. You need to give it a couple minutes for the diagnoser to update and your miner to update. It's a little weird because they gave us firmware, old firmware, when the latest is January 12th, but your miner will automatically update to that. You just need to give it time. So basically, you're going through a whole resyncing cycle, which sucks, but you know, there's some people that are saying that they can copy uh, their old SD card onto a new one. I decided not to go with that route because if anything were to happen, I wouldn't have a solid copy, if that makes sense. I just wanted to have a backup just in case. So that's about it, guys. Once you go ahead and do that, you should be good to go. You should sync for a couple days. Don't be scared if the Explorer gives you some information saying it's offline or whatever. Just always check with Helium status. If Helium status tells you that it's online, it's online. So that's heliumstatus.io. Super, super helpful. I know, I think BFG Neil is the one behind that. Really great guy. He always answers questions in the Discord. I'd recommend that you join the Helium Discord if you have any other questions. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.